Okay, here we are up in the collection room. I've kind of spread out the collection a bit, so we're going to try to get some description and detail of what all exactly we've got here. We're going to start off right here. This is the Terron from Super Joe, late 70s. If you're from England, I believe he was called Gargon. This second piece right here, this guy is called Gorzak. I'm not sure if he was Radio Shack or something like that. Basically a battery-operated monster. Originally would have included an axe, which I do not have. I also do not know whether the electronics are working on this guy. He's one of these that would scream, and I think his eyes light up or something like that. This next purple, let's see, this purple snake guy right here. This is Mongor from Defenders of the Earth. Ming the Merciless was known to ride this guy. I did check the electronics on this thing, checked out the battery, or I put some batteries in there to see if I could get it to light up or move. I think what's going wrong with this thing is there might have been some kind of a power switch here which is broken. So consider this one a display only piece, but that's Mongor. Next up we've got everybody's favorite, the Kraken. 1980, Clash of the Titans. A lot of people are often looking for this piece. This one is unbroken, which you can see the fins are in great shape. He also has a pretty clean chest, which is not always common. Sometimes you'll get a lot of scratches the way these things move around. But this is a Kraken in pretty good shape. He does have a bit of a paint rub right there on the tip of his lip, as you can see. That's fairly common sometimes. But there's the Kraken. Alright, moving along, we've got this, God knows what this guy is. This is a maybe Kamen Rider knockoff of some sort. It's basically a big-ass vinyl 2 points of articulation figure that is a little bit, stands a little bit front-heavy. He tends to want to fall over, but right now I've got him displayed okay. He tends to display well with all these jumbos, so that's how he got included in this collection. Next up, we're going to start talking about all this army of Jumbo Power Rangers that are going to come included here. I don't know the names of any one of these robots. I know they're all the Jumbo Megazords. None of these are the transformable Megazords. They're all basically just like Shoguns in that they're hollow plastic, excellent for display. They don't have very many play-action features. This first one, I've got two of this yellow guy. This first one is missing a piece here, as well as here, and then a big old like Gatling gun piece that would go there. He does have his handle, which is for play action, like kids would grab onto this and fight each other with them. It's often missing. And the second one is missing all four of those shoulder pieces. Alright, moving on, we've got this car-based version. This guy seems to be in pretty good shape. I think his handle is in great shape. He is fully intact. May have some paint rub somewhere, but the one back here I know has a major issue in that flap. Completely detached. Somebody tried to glue it and it didn't work, so this sumbitch falls off all the time. Displays like a champ, but know this. That is broken. This next version, we've got a... I don't think he has any parts to come off other than maybe a handle. So I've got two of them that have the handle intact, and then the third one is missing the handle. Next up, we got the Dino Stegazord, some sort of shit. I wish I really knew what to tell you on the names of these guys. But this one has the often missing missiles right there. Those are often gone, but this one is complete. The one behind him is missing those missiles. Now we got this guy right here. Not quite as tall as the others. And he does this. Yeah, super awesome, right? Okay. Don't want to skip this guy. I think we all know who Godzilla is. This guy right here. I'm going to do probably a separate video getting really detailed about the condition of him. He has a minor crack on his toenails that I know to point out right now. He also has a weak original firing fist that probably would not survive a lot of firings. So that's a major consideration. Other than that, check this out. Yeah. Everybody loves to see a working Godzilla flame. This one's in great shape. For such an old toy, this one's in great shape. Okay, I'm going to keep moving here. Alright, mostly we've got Dragoon, the original Shogun Warriors from the 70s. This one's got a lot of sticker issues, but it looks to be original stickers. And we've also got an unbroken axe-firing hand. I think we do have a, let me see, on his cape somewhere, there's a real minor crack somewhere, I believe. Starting right, I believe here. There's a minor crack happening. But other than that, this is a really good Dragoon to start with. Maybe if you'd want to do repro stickers or whatever. Then we got the LJN Shogun Warriors Voltron with the base, man. I tried out the base today, and it actually works. So 2 C batteries, you can get this thing rolling across the floor. This guy does lack thumbs. No thumb, no thumb. But other than that, he's the real deal. He's got both the wings in really good shape. A lot of the original stickers, though, they do show some major wear. Next up, we're going to look at my pair of Raidines. One is in better shape than the other. This one has what looks to be repro stickers. I think this is evidence of repro, that you can kind of see the color of the plastic bleeding through. So I'm going to just say that those are repro. I don't know for sure. He does have a working firing elbow. Problem is that his cutter fist has a broken off tip, so you can't get it to lock up in there. It is included, but the cutter fist is broken and it's not going to lock in there. Next up is this other version of the same guy. This one's got much more play wear. He's got scratches and whatnot here. Almost no stickers remain for this poor fella, but he's, you know, vintage 70s Shogun Warriors, or what we call maybe early 80s, late 70s. Okay, now we're back to another pair of Power Rangers. This one's a dinosaur dude. One has the handle, the other one does not. So as you can see, there's, you know, same guys, handles are often missing. Inside the glass case, Matty Collector Voltron. This is a pretty recent toy. This is the assembled version of all 5 lions. Collect and connect, fa la la. I'm sure you know the deal on that. Here are the weapons the lions are supposed to use. Here are the issues to consider. This is a shield piece. It has a broken, see right there, it's got a broken tab. So essentially this thing right there, that would be how Voltron lion version holds onto the shield. Doesn't hold that well. It does okay, but it doesn't hold that well. It's a minor break. And then down here in the squad of the dudes, the blue pilot, this guy right here, from the factory. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Scott Knightlick. It's missing a head, the pilot head, the one that actually looks cool. So that's to be known. You got both the swords there. He is complete. Otherwise, let's see. Let me go ahead and close that on Voltron. Here's the Power Ranger version that I've got the most of. I've got 5 of this one for some reason. 2 of them have the original, have the ball. So this one and that one both have the ball. Then you've got 2 that do not have the ball, and then a 3rd with no ball, and then also he doesn't have the shoulder flare thing. So that one in the back is missing even more parts. They all do still have the handle though, which is good and important. Okay. The coolest of the Power Rangers by far is the Isis Megazord. I do know its name. I have 2 of that one. They have the big wings. They're pretty badass. Both have some play wear, paint rubs. Let me see if I'll come around and get a little closer to these guys. They look pretty decent, but like this kind of stuff, you can see there's a paint rub on the nose, actually on both of them. But beautiful piece, displays like an absolute champ. Moving on, we're going to go to the Toonami Dairuger vinyl Voltron. This big sumbitch comes with the actual box. It's kind of a collector's piece. It's way more recent and a lot heavier than all of these other robots by far. He's got a lot of different articulation and whatnot, like his wrist move, and he does a lot more than some of these other figures. It's a good collector's piece. Okay, I think we're about to wrap this up. Let me get inside the case here on the tower number 2. This is the Bolshak Dragon from Duel Masters. Some obscure ass toy line from the 90s, but really incredible display piece. This one's I think it's complete, other than there's a missile that would go inside his mouth that is not included. Don't know where that thing wound up. There are battery compartments on his back. He's not really old enough to have gone wrong, so I would venture to guess that he's in great shape. Moving down, got everybody's buddy Metlar, and actually two of his Inhumanoid Redlands buddies, the Variant Gray and then the Redland Original. This Metlar is, as you can see, he displays great, ultimate sculpt, but this is the loosest, like, fragile. This sumbitch is just gonna, like, every one of his joints is super loose, and his head just, like, absolutely pops right off. It has all of these peg issues, but as you can see, it also displays okay. So you got that to consider. It's and you know, like I said, the shoulders and the legs very loose on this guy. I'd actually probably have him propped against the back of the glass. Moving down, Decompose with a free extra little bonus golem who's trying to cop a feel, and a little bonus bone shrine He-Man slime pit diorama crap thing that I've set up here. This Decompose, let's see, his head is also very loose and wobbly, as they always tend to be, and also his rib cage is not completely aligned. The snapping feature does work okay, but it's definitely not 100%. A little bit wonky. But Decompose, as you know, fairly tough to get. He's a harder one to find. And also a free knife, right? With titties. Who knew? Looky there. There's Tendril. Probably my favorite of the Inhumanoids. This is just the rounded off version of these little spikes. They made a really what a dangerous for kids version that was that had very pointy spikes there on Tendril. But mine's the standard version. He's actually in pretty good shape. Most of the joints are real tight. Display is good. You should have no complaints with this Tendril. Alright, so let me back it out here. The other pieces that would be included are this Wowie Cyber Panther. I did get to check the remote. It seems to be getting power okay. I wasn't able to check the actual Panther. I would give it about a 70% chance that it's probably going to be working just fine. I used it as a display piece. This one right here is the, what do they call this? Dino Sapien. You've seen these everywhere. I used this as a display piece. I wasn't able to check it for working order, and I don't know if I have a remote for it, but there you go, Robo Dinosaur. And this is a cheap Robo Dinosaur. The sound for the screaming works, like kind of annoyingly. It's really loud and annoying. The walking does not work for this guy. I did check it, and it seems to be broken somehow. So, I believe that actually covers it. There's some Star Wars guys on the back that are not included, but as you can see, this would be the Hyve of Villainy Robot Mega Stash. Thanks for watching.